What's up, guys? It's Steven here from Powell's Power Ups. I got another KR to showcase. This is Javier's. I finished up his lightsaber. So Javier, this video is going to be for you, going over everything there is to know about your KR Krorssguard. So when you get your box, man, open it up. Take the lid off. First thing you'll see is your piece of paper with your instructions for your operation. So what your switches do, activation, auxiliary, how to operate the saber. So that'll be there on top. Set that aside. You're gonna have your Krorssguard in there. You'll have over here is your blade plugs and their little Ziploc pouches. And then you'll have your side blades here. So he went with the Proplicator unstable 3D printed side blades. A lot of people ask about these if they're less bright. They are just as bright as regular blades. They're actually clear. You can't tell just by looking at them here. They look white probably to you, but they're kind of a clear 3D printed material. Anyway, they got the connectors on the ends. Javier, when you're putting these in and out, make sure you're giving them some twisting. Don't shove them in and out. That way you don't pull off the PCB holders on the end there. So take your time with that. Javier, also your SD card is in here, the one that you had the fonts on. That's in there, ready to go. And your saber is fully complete and done like we talked about. So I'll go ahead and pull it out, showcase it. So I'm not sure who he had this painted by. Maybe he can comment below and let you guys know, but it's a beautiful Krorssguard. I think the emitters were both heat stained and painted, but it has the TFA finish, got some of that rust look on there. But yeah, man, it's pretty beautiful. So Javier, I got your red cap glued on, lower engine glued in, red wire glued in, clips glued in. It's also glued in up here. I also started doing it custom in the upper engine. I don't know if you can see that, but I actually drill a tiny hole into the engine in there so the wire actually goes into that engine to make it the upper engine here so it looks even more realistic. Installed your blue wire there. It's in place. Also installed the little grenade piece there for you too. That's all in place. Let's see. So you got the NeoPixel connectors. Those all work.
I killed Snoke. I'll kill you. I will let nothing stand in our way.
You got the K-Sith Krorssguard font package and the unstable font package, so you have all the Kylo Ren stuff, so that's all there. So now I let you hear some of it. I'll go ahead and take it apart real quick and then put it back together and put the blades in it and give you a little demo. But when you're taking it apart, I separated the red wire right here. So all you do is take it, pull it out of the top of that little clip, just like that. Okay, that's all you do. Then you only unscrew one set screw, which is the one right here underneath the button. That's the only one you unscrew. You never, ever, 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 never, ever take out the side set screws, okay? Those side set screws hold this metal ring in place on the inside, which helps stabilize the chassis and gives it structural integrity. So you don't want to remove those side ones ever. You just remove this one, right? This allows you to twist and unlock your hilt. So then you can start to pull it apart. Take your time right there and just wiggle it out slowly. Slide your hilt off. Bottom part is just a shell. This red wire right here is just glued in. It goes up about halfway into that clip and it's glued in so it'll never move. That's all in place. So here's your chassis, right? He had a chassis by, can't remember who printed it, but it's not my chassis. It's one that he had sent to me, but it was designed to hold a Profi board, right? 28mm bass speaker, a recharge port, which is right here, Javier, the Profi board, and a 21700 battery, right? Which is also removable. It can be removed too. Just pull that baby out like that. So it's removable too. But it also has the recharge port if you don't want to remove it, right?
You're still holding on! Let go!
So I got the Kapton tape over the Profi board to hold it down and protect those connections from touching the hilt. That way you don't have any shorts. I would recommend leaving it on there. You should still be able to access, what I can with mine, you should still be able to access a USB port to do configuration and uploading and downloading if you need to. But yeah, so there's your saber. Again, I would like to advise you, Javier, because this is not my chassis, this is yours. This one's 3D printed, right? There's a little 3D printed teat that goes up inside of this upper engine to hold it together, right? It's 3D printed plastic. It's not the strongest thing in the world. It can, if you put pressure on this chassis, if you handle it by the chassis, it can break off, and then this whole thing will be loose and wiggly. We don't want that to happen. So when the saber is apart, always handle it by the upper part of the saber, the metal here. Never hold it or handle it by the bottom part, right? Because you don't want this to snap off and break. So be careful with it. Don't play with it, with the blades, with it like this. I wouldn't recommend playing with it like this at all. Only take it off to charge it. Then, when you put it back together and it's all the way together, then it's structurally sound and safe, and it's stronger that way. But there it is. So you slide it back on, line it up, take your time, twist it in. Don't ever be forceful with it, you know, take care of it. I'm sure you know that. You put a lot of money into the saber, so be careful. So then the red wire clip, all you do is you just take it, put it back inside that clip, just like that. It just kind of sets in there. All right, so then you put your one set screw back in. Right, and I'll put the blades in, and I'll swing it around, give you a little demo. Now the Proplicator unstable side blades, they are a perfect snug fit. So you have to kind of turn the saber on and then twist them around to find that perfect spot where they connect, and then tighten down the set screws. Make sure you don't over tighten them. All right, main blade also has, it's 37 inches long, so about an inch of it there goes in the hilt, so the blade itself is about 36. Also has the Proplicator sleeve on the base of the blade there. Again, make sure you're twisting this in slowly and make sure the set screw is out a little bit so you can actually put it in. Right. Okay, once you get it in there, tighten down your set screw. Again, you're just tightening it down to press up against the blade. You don't want to over tighten and possibly strip, you know, where these set screws are, and you don't want to, you know, damage, especially those side blades because they're 3D printed. All right, I'm gonna turn some of these lights off. Guess you can, the switches I'm not familiar with, sorry. I haven't operated a 2-switch one in a while. I don't even know what I'm doing. And I think the switches might have changed around a little bit with the some of the new updates that FET did to his, so even I have to look at the thing here. Lightning block, hold power and click aux while on. So this is how your instructions work. You just read them, do what it says. How do I do the force effect? Hold and release power while on, not pointing straight up. So there's your force effects. So they last 5 seconds, which is about the length of some of the force sounds. Your K-Sith fonts, I did staggered ignitions, and your unstables, I did simultaneous ignitions, so you have both options.
Kylo Ren.
So that's like the Tross one from K-Sith. Now we're going to version 1 unstable,
Traitor!
which will be simultaneous. Same thing for version 2 unstable, which is another Tross.
I killed Snoke. I'll kill you.
It'll also be simultaneous.
I will let nothing stand in
and then this goes back around to TFA. So it goes TFA, The Last Jedi, Tross from K-Sith, and then it goes Unstable version 1, TFA, Unstable version 2, Tross. That's the order of them. It also has background music, play stop, music track, hold and release power while off. And it says blade pointing straight up. So here's your background music. Each one has background music from that movie.
Kylo Ren.
All right, so we got the blast, ignition. You have clash, lockup, drag, melt, lightning block, force, stab, power save. So I put a power save mode on here. You can hold aux and click power while on, pointing up. Hold aux, click power. So this is how you check your battery, and then you can change your blade power. So like the brightness of the blade, if you want to conserve battery, you can click that. Every time you do, it changes 25%. So like 75% power, 50% power. So you can dim the blade if you want, and then you can cycle back around. But you can also check the battery that way too. This is your battery power here. I'm not super familiar with these functions yet because I'm new to the new buttons with FET263 and all that, but you can read over it here and it tells you how to do all that. Color wheel, you can change colors while pointing down. Hold aux and click power while on. So hold aux, click power while on. So we get the color wheel, rotate, find the one you want. Whatever color you select will be saved, so when you come back around to that font, it'll still be there. But anyway, I think that's pretty much it. Javier, this is your saber all complete and done. I'm gonna get it packaged up and mailed, shipped back out to you. If you have any questions, comment below or message me on social media. You know how to get a hold of me. And I think that's it.